Welcome friends, so glad you could join me. It's that wonderful time when the leaves start changing colors, it starts to get cooler outside. We get to pick apples at the apple orchards, but along with that comes chores in the garden that we have to do. So today I'm going to go over 9 different things to do, and we'll just go through step by step to try to make it as easy as possible for you. So the first thing that you'll want to do is to get your leaves raked. And the reason for that is if you leave them there for a while, then what happens is that they kill the grass, or they kind of stress them out when they're trying to come back in the spring. Also, they tend to harbor mold spores, and if you have allergies, then that's definitely not a good thing for you. You can get a leaf blower if raking is a little bit much, or just pace yourself if you have to use a rake, especially if you have underlying health conditions. The next thing that you'll want to do is to have your lawn mowed one last time and get it to a reasonable height so that way you don't have to worry about it for the rest of the season, so that way you're covered until spring comes around. The next step in the process is to plant your cool weather flowers. Like Dianthus right here, these are really pretty. They can handle a fair amount of cold, but in some instances you may find that they may get a little bit of frostbite, but they will come back up for you in the springtime. But one that definitely will work would be like your pansies right here. Those cool weather flowers, they can definitely handle the cold, and they're also pretty. You have different colors that you can choose from at your supply center. You can pair them with kale, and I've done a previous video on that which I will link at the end so you can see the step-by-step on how to get that done. There are also violas, which would be their cousins, but they prefer more of a little bit of a shaded area. Now if you want to have spring flowers, what you need to do is to get your bulbs planted now, and you can actually see one right here, and I've also attached a video at the end that shows you the best way to get that done. So that'll be like your tulips, your daffodils, and the ones that come up in the springtime. Next on our list would be to prune your perennial flowers. So like the hydrangeas, you have to be careful with these though, because if you go too far back, then what happens is you may start damaging the areas that will produce flowers in the late spring. So don't go too far back with those. Coneflower, on the other hand, you can go all the way back and they'll come right back up for you, and they'll be so beautiful in the summertime. Now if you like that, you can actually leave it out so that the top part right here, it has the little seeds that dry out for the birds, so they'll have that for the winter time, and that way they'll be well taken care of and you get to see them visit your garden. Next step in the process would be mulch. Now you want to get your mulch here. In this case, I actually chose pine bark, and that's what this one looks like. I just always love this type, but there are different ones that you can choose. Just depends on your personal preference. Next thing you'll want to do is to bring your tropicals. Like these are kind of delicate for the cold weather. Once it gets below 40 degrees, they're not happy, so you have to bring them in and place them in a sunny area. And my previous video that I did explained how to do it and avoid bugs, coming into the house. Next on our list is to make a cute little pumpkin patch, whether you have kids or grandkids. It's always fun for them to make along with you. You get your pumpkins and so on, and you arrange that in your garden. It always looks so nice, and it's so much fun. It's a great activity. Next, we are looking at the Hummingbird Feeder right here. They've basically flown off to their southern areas now, so you'll have to make sure that you get this cleaned, and once you have it cleaned, then you dry it off, you bring it in, and that way it's going to be all ready for them when the late spring comes around. And our final thing is to just enjoy the season. It's a wonderful time, so take some time to enjoy it with your family. I really hope that you had fun watching this. I'd love to see your comments about what you plan to do in your autumn garden. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.